swag. There's lots of loot in Santa's bag on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Hi, thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks. You're very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. And our thanks for a very seasonal poem from Bruce Webster of Huron, North Dakota. Thank you, Bruce. Now let's get to the cards. Janice and Marky, if you will, start loading in the cards. We have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Our champion, Jorge Blom. Hello, Jorge. Nice to see you again.
Oh, I'm sure glad to see you again.
Good. Won't you remind us about yourself, sir?
Okay, I'm Jorge Blom. I come from Caracas, Venezuela. And I'm here working on my master's degree at USC. I'm just about to become a computer engineer. And very happy to be here. Really happy.
Super. What do you intend to do with your background in computer engineering? Going to go back to Venezuela? And
get into business. I'm going to continue on with the MBA program, also at USC, hopefully, and then I'm going to get into my own business.
Good.
And I intend to have some money to start with. And
well, you've got a little money here, $5,400 in cash you've done so far. Our challenger, Sue Levine. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And won't you again tell us about yourself?
Well, my name's Sue Levine, and I'm a newlywed of 4.5 months. I have a terrific husband named Steve. I'm studying to be a court reporter, hopefully graduating in May.
4.5 months.
4.5 months.
And they said it wouldn't last, Sue, huh?
Well, my father hopes it does.
Nice to have you here. Good luck to both of you. And the players the cards are shuffled. The players have cut the cards. Jorge, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Sue, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue deck. And as you can see, Sue has 3 cards uncovered. She needs 2. Jorge has yet to uncover his base card. However, in the best 2 out of 3 match, Jorge won game number 1. So we're picking up when we left off in game 2. And Sue, the question goes to you. We asked 100 men who work as a department store Santa Claus, are you Jewish? How many department store Santas were Jewish?
Well, I don't think Jewish accents would go over very well in Santa Claus outfits. So I think it would be low. I think it would be about 32.
32 Jewish Santa Clauses.
Jewish people are really, really into business. Whatever means business to them, they will be there. So if it is a good job, I think they will be there. I'd say it's going to be a little bit higher than
higher
that.
Than
yeah,
that?
Slightly higher.
Well, if it is higher, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Sue. And the actual number of department store Santas who are Jewish is 18. Not higher, Sue. Somehow, I don't think that's the ideal business there. Sue, we left off with a 6 as your base card. Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it if you like.
I would like to change that 6.
And the next card off the top of your deck is a king. Good change. Lower than a king. Yes, the 6.
Freeze.
Raising it. We move the freeze bar over. Can't take those cards away from you. And we are at sudden death. And an interesting position. As Sue needs just 1 card, Jorge is going to need 4. Let's find out how it comes out in sudden death with a question to you, Jorge. We asked 100 married men. Have you ever gotten into a car accident because your wife was giving you so many directions you just didn't know what to do? How many men said that's happened to them?
Well, you don't need to be married for that to happen. Happens just to everybody. Whenever you have a girl in a car, it means trouble. So I say it's a fairly high number there. I'd say about 60 would do it.
Just send the mail to Jorge, friends. Don't send it to me. 60. Sue, higher or lower?
I bother my husband when he drives, but he has a lot of concentration. I don't think it's that high. It's got to be just a little bit lower.
Lower. Well, the actual number of married men who have gotten into an accident because their wife gave them too many directions is 15. Very much lower. Sue. And Sue, you have a 6. You need 1 card to win. Jorge needs all 4. He doesn't know what the base card is yet. Do you want to play it or pass it?
To Jorge.
You're going to pass it. All right, Jorge, we'll take a look at that base card, and you have a 7. You're right up the middle. You must turn them all over. If you make 1 mistake, Sue wins the game and ties up the match.
Okay, I'm going to go higher for the next one.
Higher than a 7. Oh, no, it's a 3, and right away, Sue wins in sudden death. And we are tied at 1 game apiece. Each player with 1 game and $100. Let's set up for the tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker will decide who gets a crack at the money cards. Pardon me there, G2T2. Let's get your Santa outfit ready. 3 cards up there, 3 questions here, and here we go. Sue, We found 100 mothers of 16-year-old girls and asked them, have you ever gone through your daughter's dresser drawers to see if she was hiding something? How many mothers admitted they have?
I don't think all mothers are that mean.
Oh, you consider that mean, huh, Sue?
I think 16-year-old girls should have their privacy, and I think it'd be about 10.
10 mothers.
I'll go for higher. You see, I agree with you. Not that many mothers that mean, but they're really curious. Very curious. That's going to go
You
higher.
say higher. The actual number of mothers who confess that they've gone through their daughter's dresser drawers is 33. You're right, Jorge. It's higher. And you start off with that all-important control in the tiebreaker. You've got a king.
Fantastic, fantastic. And the next one's going to be lower.
Lower than a king. Oh, no! An ace! And Sue, a big break for you. You have a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. Oh, boy, you sure cut those cards crazy there, players. No one advanced. Janice fills into spaces. Jorge, we asked 100 men. Do you think liberated women make better or worse wives? How many men said liberated women make worse wives?
They sure make exciting wives, but as far as good or bad, I don't really know that. I'd say it's going to be a rather low number. Let's say about 35 of them are good.
Jorge says that 35 men said liberated women make worse wives.
No, I think this way it makes it all equal, and the women are going out and having a job and helping out, and I think they make better wives, so it's just a little bit higher.
Higher. Wait, so how many men said liberated women make worse wives?
Oh,
And he said 35.
Lower.
All right,
I'm sorry,
we
lower.
never want to misinterpret your
Lower.
answer. You say lower. The actual number of men who said liberated women make worse wives is 47, not lower. Jorge,
Once more.
you got a king, Jorge.
I'll go again. It has to be lower this time.
Lower than a king, and this time it is with a nine.
Oh. It's gonna be lower again.
You're going to risk it for the championship lower. Yes! Jorge wins it. Great comeback, Jorge. Sue, thank you for joining us. You're leaving us with $100 in cash. I'm glad. That's nice. Thank you, Sue Levine. Jorge, come on down here. Well, another $200 in the game, Jorge. You're up to $5,500. And a crack at the big money with the money cards coming up right after this commercial break. Congratulations. A good win. Back with our champion, Jorge Blum, with a little encouragement from your friends. Are you ready?
I'm quite ready. Once more.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. Hop up there, Jorge. Money cards are all shuffled and cut. Janice will start dealing them out as we give you $200 of betting money on the bottom line and 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we give you another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards. Remember, your minimum bets are $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must bet at least half the money. Okay. There's a lot of money up there, Jorge. You're doing well so far. Let's add to that total right now. Here's $200. As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards to start with. You can, of course, change your base card if you need to as you move up to the next 2 levels. With $200, you have a queen.
Oh, I keep that. I keep that, definitely. And the next one's going to be lower. I'm going to bet $200 will be lower.
The whole thing, $200 lower than a queen. Yes! Very much lower.
Out of it, higher.
$400 higher than a 2. It is
And I'm going to bet 400 higher. 400 higher.
$400 higher than a 4. Oh no, another 4. But you held back, and we move a pretty good card. A 4 up, give you the other $200 of betting money with $600. What do you want to do with the 4?
No, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep the card. I'm going to bet 200 higher once more.
$200 higher than a 4. Yes!
Yahoo!
Good card.
And I'm going to bet 600 lower. $600 lower.
$600 lower than that king. It is a 7. 1,400 and still 2 cards to go.
I'm going to take 400 out of those and bet it's going to be higher, okay?
$400 higher than a 7. Oh no, a 3. But that's a good card, and you have $1,000 as we move that up for the big bet. I'm sure you want to play it. Yes? You must bet 500.
All of it and higher.
All or nothing. Which means nothing or $2,000 if this is higher than a 3. And it is! Oh, another good money card for you, Jorge. Come on down here. And And in nice round sums, you've got $7,500 in cash. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I guess I have one more semester I can go to school with that money.
Help pay the bills. We'll be right back with a new challenger right after this. Good job. Good concept. Okay, Janice will deal out the cards for a new match, 2 new decks of cards, and a new player on Card Sharks. Reedy Maynard. Hello, Reedy. Welcome.
Thank you.
You are very seasonally dressed there.
Yes, I am.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Okay, my name is Maureen Maynard, but please don't call me that. Please call me Reenie.
Okay, Reenie.
I'm born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, but for the last 3.5 years, my husband and I have lived here in Southern California. We live in the booming town of Cucamonga. And I'm a former hairdresser turned secretary. I'm a former secretary turned housewife, and now I'm a mommy. I have an 11-month-old boy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you relaxed and ready to go?
I don't think so.
You've cut your deck of cards?
Yes, I have.
Then you're all set.
Okay.
Good luck and relax. You're among friends.
Thank you.
Reenie, you'll play the lower cards, the blue cards, while Jorge plays the upper cards, the red cards. Jorge, we asked 100 bachelors. You're a bachelor. Have you ever had to hide one girlfriend's clothes when another girlfriend came over? How many bachelors said they've had to do that?
Well. My personal experience, I would have to say, yes, it has happened to me a couple of times. I don't know how often it happens to
A couple
other
of
people.
times, huh?
My friends don't really talk about that very much, But it should be a rather just average number. Let's say around 50 is just right there in the middle. 50 of them.
50 bachelors have had to hide one girl's clothes when another girl came over, Reenie.
I'm a straight-laced girl, and I go by my hopes. I hope it is lower.
If it's lower, you'll go to the board first, Reenie. And the actual number of bachelors who've had to hide one girlfriend's clothes when another came over is... Your hopes are right. It's 19, Reenie. It's lower. And you start off with a king.
I'll take it. I want the next card, please, to be lower.
Lower than a king. It is an 8.
No, please.
Taking that one card advantage, you want to freeze. Your first question, Reenie. We asked 100 congressmen in Washington, D.C. This is a fascinating poll. I'm always interested in the questions to the congressmen. We asked the congressman, do you think the Air Force knows more about flying saucers than it's telling the public? How many congressmen said, yes, they do?
Oh, well, if I was a congressman, I would. I think the Air Force wants to cover up as much as they can about it because I think it is very possibly true. Out of 100, I think that probably 67 would want to admit it.
She says that 67 congressmen think the Air Force is covering up the stories about flying saucers, Jorge.
Politicians are unpredictable people, really unpredictable. You never know whether they're saying the truth or they're just building it up. So it's really hard, it's really tough questions. But I'm going to go for just a little bit lower than that, actually.
Lower.
I think it's a little bit lower than that, yeah.
Well, the actual number of congressmen who think the Air Force knows more about flying saucers than it's telling the public is 45. It is a little lower, Jorge. Still, you realize that is almost half the congressmen think the Air Force is covering up, and that's a little frightening. Jorge, your base card is a queen.
And I keep that one. And I'm going to play the next one lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes, a 10.
I play and I go for lower than that.
Taking the risk lower than a 10. No, a jack. And the risk does not pay off. It gives Reenie a chance to play off the 8 and call this.
I will guess that it will be lower.
Lower than an 8. No, it's a jack. Couldn't take advantage of it. And as Janice fills in the spaces, Jorge, question 3 goes to you. We asked 100 New York City cab drivers. Has anyone ever jumped into your cab and said, follow that car? How many have heard that immortal line?
I've seen it in the movies many times. I guess everybody has, but actually do it in real life, I don't think it's that many, really. I would say it's a low number of around, 30. 30 would be a good number.
30 cab drivers have heard the line, follow that car, Reenie.
I think this is a world that's oriented by what happens on TV and in the movies, and I don't think it's really true. I think it's lower.
Lower than that, even.
Yes.
The actual number of cab drivers who have had someone jump in their cab and say, follow that car is 40, not lower. Jorge, well, you've got a queen, Jorge.
I'll play it again. I'll call it lower. Once more.
Lower than a queen. Yes, an 8.
Oh, I'm going to freeze there. I'm going to freeze.
Freezing it.
Yeah.
Jorge needs 3 cards with an 8. Reenie needs 3 cards with an 8. And sudden death. Reenie, We asked 113-year-old boys. Very simply, 13-year-old boys, do you like girls? How many boys said yes, they do?
I have a nephew who's almost that age, and I don't think he likes girls. I don't know. Out of 100, it's got to be a low number at that age. Let's say 30.
30 13-year-old boys said yes, they like girls, Jorge.
I was going crazy about girls when I was 13, and so were all my friends. It's going to be higher than that for sure.
The actual number of 13-year-old boys who like girls is 97. Jorge, you're right. Jorge, with an 8, you need 3 cards. Rini has an 8, and she needs 3, and your decision. Play it or pass it?
Pass it.
Pass it. Rini, you've got to play off the 8. You need them all to win. One mistake in the game is Jorge's. Call this.
Higher.
Higher than an 8. An 8! Very much higher. Lower than an ace. For the game, higher. Oh, wow. Ace, deuce, ace. And game 1 to the challenger with great cards. Game 2 coming up right after this. Don't go away. Sensational cards. Wow. Our challenger, Rini Maynor, with some sensational cards, won game number 1. Same 2 decks of cards. Janice is dealing them out for game 2. And the question to you, Jorge. We asked 100 mailmen across the country. Very interesting question for mailmen. Before you deliver a copy of Playboy magazine, do you ever peek at the centerfold? How many mailmen admitted they do?
I think it's a rather low number for one very simple reason. Those magazines are sealed. There's no way you can open them without breaking the seal. So it has to be a low number. I'd say it's going to be about 30.
I don't know if they're sealed or not. It may be different in different places.
Okay, well, I do it that way. I think, and anyway, I'm sure they have a subscription to Playboy anyway, so everybody does. So it's going to be a low number. 30.
30 mailmen take a peek at Playboy, Rini.
Well, I don't know anything about Playboy. I wouldn't know if it was sealed or not. What did you say?
Someone in the audience said no, they're not.
Well, mailmen are men, so maybe it is higher. Let's go with that.
Even higher than that. Let's find out. The actual number of mailmen who take a peek at the centerfold before they deliver is 75. Wow. 75. Well, see, we've just done our public service message for the day. If you're wondering why your mail was late, friends, Rini, you're starting with a 9.
Oh, I do not want that 9.
You can change it. You won the question. You've got a 3.
Oh, right. Okay, that's wonderful. Let's go higher, please.
Higher than a 3. Yes, a 7.
Freeze.
Freezing it for that 1-card advantage. And the question goes to you, Rini. We found 100 house husbands. These are all men who stay home and take care of the house and kids while their wife works. And we asked the house husbands, right now, does your kitchen floor have waxy yellow buildup? How many house husbands said yes?
Hey, my kitchen can have waxy buildup. Sure, how about 72?
72 house husbands have waxy yellow buildup, Jorge.
They wouldn't admit it, even if it was true. They wouldn't admit that. So it has to be a lower number than that. I'll go lower.
Lower.
I wouldn't.
The actual number of house husbands whose kitchen floor has waxy yellow buildup is 18. You're right, Jorge. It's much lower. And your base card is a king.
Fantastic. And the next one's going to be lower.
Lower than a king. It is a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. A 10.
And I freeze right there.
Freezing it. Jorge needs 2 cards. Rini needs 3 cards. And we're going to take time out for a brief commercial pause. We're back with a couple of nice people, Rini and Jorge. Yeah, we're talking about, that's true with the house husbands. I guess it's all in your point of view. You'd look down at the floor and say, my floor looks all right.
Yeah.
Who's going to admit that it's messed up that way?
That's true.
You're good players. So the challenger leads, the champion's got to make a comeback. We're in the middle of an exciting game, and it's a good time to say we'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
One of our polling groups will receive Philco's 25-inch color TV.
Quality and beauty in Mediterranean styling, genuine pecan veneers and hardwood solids. Featuring Colorite automatic picture control system, furnished by Philco Consumer Electronics. And some of our contestants will receive High Karate, irresistible aftershave, cologne, handsome travel kits, and many other gift combinations. High Karate for the men in your life. And a gift certificate from Ben Franklin Stores. We carry national brands at prices you like. Discover Ben Franklin. We bring variety to life. And Prince Gardner matching leather accessories. Smartly styled for fashion-conscious men or women. A perfect gift of fine name Prince Gardner. And a 22-piece Master Mechanic multi-drive socket set from True Value Hardware Stores, who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations. This is Gene Wood speaking for Kart Sharks, a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.